What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Blue Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Jeff Hardy reveals why he turned down WWE, did AEW leak massive news, the real reason AEW doesn't go to smaller venues, a tag team not leaving AEW for WWE, Nikita Lyons returns to action, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Solo's surprisingly strong promo. Did Paul Heyman master the art of ventriloquism, or did Solo Sikoa actually learn to cut a promo? The self-appointed tribal chief leveled up last night with a strong promo directed at Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton, where Solo mocked KO and the Viper's inability to defeat the Bloodline. Solo's promos have been basic at best, but not last night, which showed hope for Solo succeeding as a top player. There's still plenty of work needed to make him a true main eventer, but this was a great start. Number 2, don't ever finish Andrade vs Hayes series. Smackdown's Andrade vs Carmelo Hayes series has gone from sleeper to stunner as the two continue upping their previous matches and making sure fans want to see more. It's hard to believe last night's match was number 6 in the series, but as long as things continue improving, this series can continue until 2025. Number 3, excellent use of LA Knight as catalyst. Things have changed quickly in the WWE by turning a brief interaction between the US champion LA Knight and Andrade into a major storyline when Carmelo Hayes attacked Knight backstage. This led to a strong segment later during the Hayes vs Andrade match when LA Knight's quest for revenge on Hayes backfired, giving Carmelo the win over Andrade. Number 4, Andrade turning heel. Last night's tense confrontation between Andrade and LA Knight, beginning with Andrade berating Knight for not shaking his hand like a man last week, and continuing when Knight cost Andrade his match against Hayes, strongly suggests Andrade is turning heel. While Andrade makes a better heel than a face, the WWE hasn't put much effort into his time as a face, much as they did with the Miz's babyface turn, only to have him quickly turn back to a heel. Nevertheless, a heel Andrade vs LA Knight feud should be excellent. Number 5, a good use of KO turning heel. Could Randy join him? Speaking of heel turns, is Kevin Owens turning heel? KO's growing frustration with Cody Rhodes is a reminder of how slow turns can accomplish more in building drama and making the eventual turn worth the wait. The only question is whether Randy will continue playing peacemaker or realize KO is making some good points about Cody Rhodes. And Naomi and Bayley always deliver. It may sound cliche, but Naomi and Bayley are two superstars who will always deliver an outstanding match. Both superstars' work is top flight, but Naomi and Bayley have battled each other so much that any match involving them is an instant classic. Last night's battle for a shot at Nia Jax's WWE Women's Championship was everything fans expected, and Naomi's apparent disgust at losing will likely be explored at Bad Blood when Bayley wrestles Jax. But that was a good what about the bad as Tiffany and Nia segment was bad acting 101. Last night's backstage bullying by Nia Jax against Tiffany Stratton was a performance so bad that the only thing missing was Tommy Wiseau. Whether you think Nia's improved enough in the ring that she deserves a run with the women's title is a question for another day, but the WWE needs to improve on her promos or get her a mouthpiece. That was nothing downright ugly. Smackdown had the obligatory focus on the Bloodline and the Blue Brand's top babyfaces, but one thing that they didn't ignore was the undercard, featuring some exciting matches and segments involving LA Knight, Michin, Piper Niven, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Bayley, and Naomi. Best of all, Giovanni Vinci didn't have to job for Apollo Crews this week. What do you guys think of the Blue Brand this week? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our top story today takes a look at a tag team not leaving AEW for WWE. Atop of today's news is the latest on the Lucha Brothers heading to the WWE, as it appears the brothers of Rey Fenix and Penta's rumored jump to the WWE is on hold. The latest report indicates AEW can add time to their current contracts due to time missed due to injury. While it's believed that the Lucha Brothers want to work in the WWE when their AEW deal expires, that may be a while off. This week's Observer reported Penta is going when his deal is up, which is within the next 2 months. Officially, the story that has to be said is that he's not negotiated with WWE, but will do so when his AEW deal expires. The word is that WWE made him a competitive offer, so that solidified his decision to leave. Although wrestling promotions can be sued for contract tampering, that being negotiating with wrestlers whilst they're under contract to another company, there are various anecdotes of promotions using third parties to reach out to talent they're interested in. Now, we're not claiming WWE and or the Lucha Brothers have been in talks, but given the rumors of the brothers wanting to head to WWE, it seems obvious something is going on behind the scenes. As for the reasons for why Rey and Penta passed on a new AEW deal, the Observer noted there were a lot of reasons, including frustration. We first heard about it when he was pulled from shows because CMLL talent was on shows and he felt that was disrespectful to have him being there from the start. The funny part is that it was not only rectified where CMLL dropped that stipulation, but Penta and Phoenix even did a show at Arena Mexico. Now, if those calculations are accurate, Penta can sign with the WWE relatively soon. But that's not so with Penta's brother, as far as Phoenix goes, right now AEW is tacking on injury time, which is nearly but not quite 1 year. The current belief is Phoenix's deal will expire sometime in mid-2025. It'll be interesting to see whether the WWE signs Penta and uses him, or the promotion waits until Phoenix can wrestle and debuts them as a tag team. Both Lucha Brothers are capable single stars, but the WWE, which already has a crowded roster, may want to wait for both brothers to arrive. Next up, the real reason AEW doesn't go to smaller venues. Or why is AEW continuing to run live events in large venues when its ticket sales have been awful? Well, it turns out there is a method to AEW's madness, as Fightful Select recently reported on the reasons for AEW refusing to scale back when it runs its events. I've asked about this a number of times, and I've been given a number of reasons they book the venues they do. It's very common for music acts to book large venues and curtain them off as well. Amenities, how nice the venue is, ease of access, parking, mailing lists, the ability to open up additional sections, concession staff are all reasons AEW choose to run bigger venues. Regardless of the reasons, the fact that AEW fails to draw larger crowds is a topic of conversation among fans and wrestlers who don't understand the policy. Next up, did AEW just leak massive news? Did former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland spill the beans about AEW's rumored new show on Fox? During a chat with musical artist Queen's Flip, Swerve commented on AEW's presence on TV. "It's a movie. We're about to move. We're about to get on Fox. Smackdown is leaving Fox. We're talking Fox, TNT, TBS, and Fox. We got all three of them things. Tony Khan lets me do whatever the F I want. He owns the Jacksonville Jaguars." Next up, MJF is in Happy Gilmore 2. Now, MJF has landed another film role as the entertainment site Deadline is reporting that the former AEW World Heavyweight Champion has joined the cast of the upcoming Netflix film Happy Gilmore 2 starring Adam Sandler. According to the report, details of his role are under wraps, as is the sequel's plot. Others on board including Julie Bowen and Christopher McDonald, who reprised their respective roles as Virginia Bennett and Shooter McGavin, the love interest and pro-golfer antagonist of Adam Sandler's title character. This announcement will likely lead to speculation whether MJF is leaving pro wrestling for Hollywood. Consider this summary from Deadline on MJF's acting activities. Since making his acting debut with the release of A24's The Iron Claw, a film which also he served as executive producer on Christmas Day 2023, MJF has stayed very busy. He recently wrapped production on the independent comedy The Floater, starring alongside Seth Green and Aya Cash. He also went on the book and shoot Carl Duke's sophomore feature film Stranglehold, playing one half of Big Bad Duo alongside Ron Perlman, facing off against Jack Lacey, Ashley Benson, and Justin Long. MJF's played a pivotal role in AEW's past success because he served as a great foil for the promotion's top babyfaces. If he continues landing movie roles at this rate, he may have to decide what's best for his future, professional wrestling or Hollywood. Next up, Jeff Hardy reveals the reason he turned down the Hall of Fame. Jeff Hardy is finally answering one of wrestling's biggest behind-the-scenes questions, just why he turned down the WWE's offer to induct him into its Hall of Fame after Jeff left the WWE in 2021. Brother Nero recently told Sean Ross Sapp, "I denied it. I was just in a bad place after my dad had passed away. It just got to a point where there was no return. Something had to happen, but it just didn't feel right when they offered it to me." Some fans believe the Hall of Fame offer was the WWE's way of trying to bring Jeff Hardy back after the company released him. Jeff also mentioned that he didn't want to also get into the Hall of Fame without his brother. When they do a tag team induction, that's when he's interested. Next up, AJ Styles set for Smackdown return. Were the talks of AJ Styles' WWE career winding down premature? You may recall rumors that AJ Styles' WWE deal was believed to end later this year or early in 2025. This led to questions about the Phenomenal One's future in WWE. However, they aired a hype video for Styles on SmackDown announcing that he'll return next week. This announcement has fans wondering if Styles will sign a new deal or go out with a bang if he decides to step away. Next up, Nikita Lyons makes her return from injury. Now, it's terrific news for Nikita Lyons fans as the Black and Gold brand's blonde bombshell returned to action after a knee injury sidelined her in early January. Lyons competed at the 27th September NXT Live event, getting the win in a mixed tag match. The 25-year-old wrestler has a great look and in-ring talent, but her NXT career has been plagued by lengthy injury-related absences. Hopefully, Nikita will avoid the injury bug so fans can see what she can really do. And finally, the Viper is now the Dragon. Last but not least, Randy Orton has had several memorable nicknames including the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, and the Viper. But fans may start calling him the Dragon following his eye-catching feat on Smackdown. Fans watching Orton saw him blow smoke out of his mouth on the blue brand, mystifying some fans. While it appears that Orton was merely blowing out some of the smoke left over from the pyro, it was still an amazing look. But there you have it folks, our look at Smackdown as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.